it's your girl Sherelle. Welcome back to another video. We got a mukbang coming to y'all, and today we are having taco mac. So I don't know if y'all can see the bag, but it's a little nice little wing place. We got some wings from, you know what I'm saying. I got honey something and Parmesan.
Chipotle.
Yeah, honey chipotle. Yep, you're right. And then I got some fries and some ranch sauce, but I already been smashing the fries, so oops. But anyway, so that's what I got. What'd you get?
I got some chicken tenders and some tater tots with some honey mustard and some leftover macaroni and cheese because it was really good.
And what you got?
I got buffalo wings and some fries, bro. And I get some ice cream.
Ice cream. Hell yes, we about to dive right on into this dish. So, taco mac. Like, my thing is, one, you got my Parmesan wings mixed in with the little honey chipotle sauce. So I'm not gonna be able to get the right taste in my mouth for these wings. Okay? That's disrespectful. And then you got my fries in that shit too, and they soggy. That's disrespectful, but it's all right.
My buffalo wings ain't saucy, bro. Like, I asked for saucy wings. The motherfucking drier than a bone.
This tater tots real good.
You happy?
Mm-hmm. At least somebody happy. So, if you guys could travel to anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Ooh. See, I love to travel. I literally want to visit every place in this world to just experience it, you know, see the culture, see the new thing. Because every place has a new thing to offer, but I don't know, but I like Ireland or Scotland, like I always want like them little cottages, see the sheep,
All the history,
yeah,
all those
bro.
like really historic buildings and like landmarks and stuff. Because if you think about it, like all those places, their history, their buildings are way older than anything that we have here because of everything that happened here.
Mm-hmm.
We could have had stuff, but then again,
People took over this one.
yeah, like this belonged to somebody else and people came and invaded. And so we don't know what it could have been. We don't know where we could be.
Right.
And a lot of these cities in general started off early but burned down and had to be rebuilt. Atlanta had to be rebuilt. So a lot of the buildings aren't really that old.
Yeah,
You know?
that's crazy. So,
What about you?
so you say Ireland. You say Ireland. Okay. So I've always had like a pull to the UK, but as the years have kind of gone on, I feel like I would want to go to like Spain or like Italy or somewhere. I don't know. I just feel like they're very beautiful cities from the pictures and stuff that I've seen, obviously on the internet because I've never been. But I just feel like, I don't know, I would just get like, they would just be very beautiful to see. And
They're beautiful places. I think that Spain and Italy have a lot of culture, a lot of art. And not to say that nowhere else does, but it's, to me, I think of Spain, I think of really vibrant colors, and that's something you see a lot in South America as well, and a lot of the Caribbean islands, because they have the Spanish influence. They have the influence of like Italy or places like China or things like that, places that can be so very just vibrant and colorful, and they celebrate their culture and life and in a different way than we do.
so if I look like I'm finicky eating these wings, it's because I hate getting my fingers dirty when I'm eating food. So I'm really like, this is a literal struggle for me because I was supposed to get boneless, and either I fucked up or the dude fucked up. I don't really know. We'll blame it on both of us. But yeah, I hate getting my fingers dirty when I'm eating food. So I'm struggling. So okay, so what's y'all's favorite foods?
Ooh, that's
How are
hard.
you gonna answer that question?
You can only just want. If there was one thing that you can only eat for the rest of your life, what it would be?
That's a hard ass.
You won't be
question,
asking
bro.
questions like this.
Mm-hmm.
It don't work that way.
You gotta answer it.
Because see, I love me some wings. I love me some pizza. But then I love me some fruit. I love just bread and butter. I can eat just bread and butter, bro. Different types of
Some
bread.
grilled cheese.
With like 3 different cheeses on there. Oh.
Toasted just right with some butter on the inside and the outside. And if you put some honey on
And
there.
then you got fruit, bro.
Mm.
Do cheese incorporate with that? Because I love me some cheese. I need pretty much cheese with everything I eat. Or is that considered a side? That's food.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to give it food, cheese.
In my opinion,
No.
cheese is
There we go.
a
Just
food.
like the watermelon. Just
Yeah.
like the watermelon.
You gotta choose one. If you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, like all the rest of the things in this world were gone, and that one thing was like, what would you be content with eating for the rest of
Chicken.
your life?
Tacos.
Oh
Because know why? There's different type of tacos. There's pork tacos, steak tacos.
I'm on that. I'm on
Right.
that train.
Interchange it, girl. Interchange it. Give me some empanadas because I feel like empanadas you can do the same thing, or like pastelitos, like the meat pastelitos. You can do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm with that.
Pastelitos, pastries, Cuban pastries. They're
Tacos.
great. Look them up.
Tacos. I'm with the tacos. I don't know. I've been within this past like year. I've just been eating a bunch of different stuff, and tacos have been one of the things that I've eaten a lot of. And like, I really fucking like tacos.
Bro.
I really do.
I feel
I
like
pretty much at one point I was eating tacos every day. Either they was for lunch, dinner, or breakfast.
That
I
was me
tacos
with-
every day.
Asian food for a long time. All I was eating was either fried rice with some type of meat, or I was having like buns, or I was having like Vietnamese food. I was having ramen. Like, there's just, especially like, I feel like in Atlanta, you get a melting pot of food.
Mm.
Like, you could go down Beaufort Highway and hit almost every continent getting food. Like, there's no way you can't. And it's so good. Oh my god, it's so good.
Mm-hmm. Now that one was interesting. Interesting. So, if you could have your own business, what business would you open?
Ooh, easy. I'm a chef, so a restaurant. Like, all my life I always wanted to open up a restaurant.
But what would you serve? What would
Breakfast,
you-
lunch, or dinner, would you do all three? Would you do a combination of like breakfast and lunch, or would you do just lunch and dinner?
I do lunch and dinner. I'm not a morning person, so for me to have to be there early to prep shit, nah, bruh. And if I open up a restaurant, I want to be one of those bosses that are hands-on. Like, you see the boss, they walk in, they look around, and leave. Nah, like, I really do love to cook, so I want to be active. If you're not, like, I like my plates a certain way. When I used to work in a restaurant, I would load up your plate. Like, I feel like when you eat, you should eat.
Like
And, like,
comfort.
Yeah. So
Food's
I
supposed
was,
to make you feel good.
yeah, bro. And a lot of restaurants, they skimp or hold back. Nah, bro. I'm not for that. So if I open a restaurant, I'm Black and Mexican, so it would be the combination of the two, like soul food and Mexican food.
Like Mexican food with a soul food twist,
Yeah,
or soul food with a Mexican twist.
I like both. Like, you can have your soul food, like your fried chicken, your candy yams, your greens with your cornbread. But if you want some tacos with some beans and rice, you can get that too. And it will be authentic of both.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I know both. So,
Yeah, I
So-
feel that.
Restaurant for you.
Okay.
What would you do? What would you open?
So, I would want to have a company that does. I would want to own a company, start a company that caters to company retreats. So, like team building exercises, stuff like that, but with traveling. So, like being able to plan those trips and those activities, and offering certain packages, depending on the size of your group, or depending on what kind of team building exercises you want to do, what kind of people you have in the group. Excuse me, even if you wanted to like split them up, like those kinds of things, I think would be really, really, really cool. I love to bake. I could never see myself doing that as a career, because I don't think I would love it as much
Mm-hmm.
if I didn't, because I'm such a hands-on person when it comes to my things. Like, I'm very particular about what my baking is like especially if it's a recipe I know that people like. I'm very, very, very particular about it. So if I owned a bakery, I'd want to be hands-on, because if I have to walk in there and I find out someone was unhappy, or if I went online and saw a review where someone was unhappy, I'd want to know what happened, how did this go down, where are the cameras, like, is there audio, what happened to make this customer unhappy, what happened to make my employee upset.
Right.
And if I'm not there, I would want trustworthy people, and that's very difficult for me to
Oh yeah.
trust people to run something for me.
Right.
So to be able to have a business like that, that's something I could do remotely. That's something I could travel to and go meet with people for and be like, okay, if you're interested and you would like to book, like, you know, follow these steps, and then I'll meet with you in person, get a feel for your team, build this customized event for you. And don't none of y'all steal my idea, because I'm coming for you. I think that would be really cool. I think there are companies that do it now. I think I've seen them out there, but there are also companies that just do travel. So
To do
that
the
do that do travel.
combination, yeah.
Mhm.
would be-
So if I could just do, they do a
yeah.
combination, I would really just only want to focus on like team building for small teams, especially smaller businesses, minority owned businesses, all these, and make it affordable if I could, because I think that that's a lot of the things we don't do as small business owners, like people who are, is team building. There's like, you train people, it's family owned, you know, but you don't really do team outings. They don't really do other things, and I know that a lot of my friends who are who like
plastic lid, that's why they melt everywhere.
Oh. She left. She left the ice cream out the freezer.
I left the ice cream out and
Uh-oh.
it's vanilla bean.
vanilla bean look like that.
If you leave it out,
Oh yeah.
Well, damn.
taste it. If it tastes bad, we'll just take it back. Hey,
We'll take it back. This is what it looked like out of the container.
it's still
It's still melting.
How? We put it in the freezer.
It's been in the freezer for some hours now.
these tater tots real good.
It tastes cool, just frozen and unfrozen taste, you know.
I'm not tripping because there's gonna be brownies and peach cobbler paired with it. So.
Shoot, right?
Okay.
Look at
What
that.
would you on?
So if
Here
I
she go. You
could-
saw she shook her
Look.
little head.
So-
She happy. She wrecked the tail.
If I could open my own business, I would open something that's very like dog oriented, and it's because I love dogs so much. So I've already thought about this. I would have like a huge building, to where there would be like a dog spa. There would be a like dog boarding, so you could bring your animals in, and you know.
I have a question about that, but I'll let you finish.
You could bring your animals in. It'd be like doggy daycare or whatever. It'd be like a little doggy pool or whatever. And then like just like a little hangout spot like they have, where you can bring your dog, you can drink or whatever, socialize, and then like a training area, so you can bring your dog, get it trained or whatever by professionals, do group training or whatever, anything like that. And then of course you have to have like your gift shop or like pet treat shop or whatever. So
That
I
would be
have,
so
like,
cool though, to like, sorry, but like if you had it open
Mhm.
to like the kitchen and they could see the treats being made.
Yeah.
Like if someone came to drop their dog off and you had people working there
Kind
early
of
in the
like how
morning.
breweries do it.
Mm-hmm. That'd be really cool for them to see, okay, wow, these are made fresh
Yes,
with fresh ingredients.
absolutely.
And this is what you're giving my dog. You're not giving them something, like even if it was frozen
Mhm.
and you came back out later and baked it, it would still be something that's like, wow, this is fresh, like it's made in-house.
Right.
It wasn't like you,
2 carrots are in this bar right now, and some apples. So Granny
Yeah.
apple makes this bar. So.
chopping up the meats and cooking it down and
Oh, yeah.
grinding it up, putting that sausage in there, chicken, turkey,
Yep.
you know, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it would be a big ass building. It would be a huge building, and it would just be the drove of it would be your all in one. You know, if you need to come drop your baby off for however long, you can do that.
So how would you board the dog? Because I think that's something we were talking about yesterday or the day before, that a lot of times when you board dogs, they're in kennels.
Yep.
And it feels very cold, it feels very impersonal, you know, and sometimes it gives some dogs, not all, if they've been in abusive homes, it brings them more anxiety.
Yep.
So how would you?
So I would make the environments comfortable. Of course, you have to know the dog that you're dealing with. So if you're gonna board your dog with me, then we have to go through a questionnaire. You know, what are your dogs? You know, what makes your dog tick? What are your dog's behaviors? What, you know, do they have separation anxiety? Do they have, you know, are they aggressive? Are they dog friendly? Are they people friendly? What kind of, you know, it would be asking the drove of it, so that, you know, I would want all dogs to be safe. Oh Lord,
Eat your ice cream, girl.
I'm ignorant.
I would want all my dogs to be in, I would want them to be like in a safe environment, and I would want to put dogs who are aggressive in environments where, you know, like obviously if the dog is just biting fucking heads off, I'm sorry, I can't take your dog. But if they're just like, because they're being separated from their owner
And they're nervous and anxious.
exactly, I get that, and I will put them in an environment to where they can be a little more comfortable, which I would ask. What I told my mom to do when we came here was, I said, give her one of my jackets. My dog Araya, at home, she gets separation anxiety, so I told my mom to give her one of my jackets. It would make her feel better. So I would tell the owners, hey, you know, if your dog has separation anxiety, has any sort of anxiety, bring something that smells like you and that you know, are on or touch, a blanket, whatever. Bring that with you, so that while you're gone, they have a piece of you with them, so it's a little less of a hit for them, because a lot of people adopt from shelters, and you can bring back very traumatic things if you're like boarding your dog. And you know, because if you travel a lot, obviously you need to think about that before you adopt a dog in the first place. But you know, if you're boarding your dog for whatever reason, you know, you have to consider, you know, how that's going to affect them and everything. But yeah, no, like I would have the little, it wouldn't be kennels, they would be in a closure, you know, they would be in their separate closures, because obviously you don't want dogs that aren't cool in an open area, but it would be very much open. So it wouldn't be like kennel style, it would be comfortable furniture. Yes, I would put fucking furniture in there, because little cots that are elevated off the floor, I feel like are not enough for dogs. Now that would lead to a lot more like expense and things of keeping it clean and then stuff getting tore up, but I would be more than happy to invest that money and know that those dogs are getting a quality, you know, time. So
Little sleeping areas where people do like underneath their stairs. Have you ever saw them?
yeah,
Where like it's a little door, when you walk in, it's a little bed, and it's real cute,
Yep.
like little areas. Like
absolutely, it would be a whole nice little area. They'd have like, you know, you should really, if you have a tall dog, you should really be getting the elevated bowls for them, so it should be off of the floor, because them having to bend over really puts a lot of strain and stress on their necks. I did a whole fucking bunch of research before I got a dog, so I know a whole lot, and I know it would be something I would absolutely love to do. So owning a dog themed business would be like my ultimate like thing that I would love to be able to invest in and open and have it offered throughout the country. You know, I don't want to just have one location. I want to be able to have them in multiple different places, and have the element of the bakery, and have the spa, and have the little doggy pool, and the hangout area, and you can train your dog, and you know, just everything all in one. Why not? You know, why not? Nobody else is I feel like no one cares about dogs as much as I care about dogs, just because, you know.
And don't y'all steal her idea.
I mean, but if you do, just at least let me be a part of it, because if you can get it started before I can, just let me be a part of it. I don't, you know, I'm not, people are gonna do what they're gonna do, you know what I'm saying, but just let me be a part of it. Shit, I'll be an investor, I'll come in there, motherfucker. But yeah, I just feel like I know that I can give the love and care and time and attention to that stuff. So, oh yeah, you know. All right. right, you guys. Well, we are gonna go ahead and end this because obviously I've been done eating for a minute and everybody's kind of finishing up, rounding up on their meals. And Janaye has got to get in there and bake us some brownies and some peach cobbler. So we got to get some work done. But no, thank you guys so much for watching. And this is my first mukbang. So let me know what you guys want us to talk about in the next one. We do another one or whatever. But be sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that post notification so that you know every time I post a video, so that you're not late and you on time. All right. Okay, bye.
Make it drip, make it drip, make it drip, let's get it. Baby, don't stop, let's go to the finish. Baby, drop a check.